You may recognize the voice of our guest this week. We're talking with none other than Joel Corda, the man who sings this podcast's theme song. And now to introduce himself, here's Joel Corda.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames. If you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth.
And we're no damn experts.
Ooh, that was nice. You've done it.
We've
it
made a
before.
minor adjustment.
You moved the new
Yeah.
in, and
Yeah.
She's like, this is what we're doing now.
seamless.
I
Good job.
try to make it. I try to add a little more like pep in my voice to it, so it doesn't just sound like we're no damn experts.
We're no damn
Do
experts.
you
Or
find that
depending on her mood.
Do you find your experience from broadcasting previously has helped?
Yes. Well, I hope so. I hope I don't sound the same as I did when I first got into broadcasting 15 years ago.
Give us a little taste. What's the difference?
I was younger and less experienced.
Was your
so
voice-
if you think it's bad now,
I don't think it's bad. I never
you
thought it was
should have
bad.
been-
Do you think you were pitched higher? Do you think it was faster,
Probably pitched higher just naturally from being
younger?
Yeah. And change it a little. But, I never really, we're just diving right into the conversation.
Right.
Then we'll introduce you.
If they don't know
You're
by
right,
now.
if they don't know your
Here's the
voice.
deal. Nobody needs an introduction to this.
It's
It's
true.
the guy who sang the opening song that you
For
heard.
that you've heard
Joel Corda.
190
So
times
it's
now.
fourth time here.
Is that the most?
It is
the
his fourth
most.
time. This is my first time with Joel, though, here.
What?
No,
Yeah.
I know. That's what I was saying.
And I've been here. We've done.
I got to zero in on the new kid. That's what I'm saying.
And I came on, I think our first episode together was like 78, and we're on 188.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind
Yeah,
of
so-
sinful. It's my fault, though.
So it's been,
Yeah,
so
it's
you've
Joel's
had
fault.
him on
my
a lot,
fault.
but it's been
Okay.
over 2 years. So
Ooh,
no, right?
yeah.
no joke. So back to Shannon.
Back
Oh.
to Shannon. Higher, lower.
You know how people assume or people think there's like a news voice, like
Yeah.
the news presenter voice. The goal is to not
Sound
have
like
that.
Right.
Right. Like it's a fakey thing. But if you're actually, I'm not calling myself a good broadcaster, but my goal was to sound professional, but still natural, because you don't want it. It's a news story. You're not announcing a commercial.
Well, I'm
you
going to
know?
call you a good one, first of all.
Well,
Second of all,
thank you.
What was the best note you got that would have helped you? Did they teach?
Oh.
Did they teach natural broadcasting, and they
No.
wanted you to have the voice?
Yeah, it's mostly just over in small market TV. It can be hard to find a lot of direction.
Mentoring.
Yes.
Got it.
And that's just kind of how it is. And I did certainly have wonderful people who helped along the way. However, it was just, that's not really part of the trade. Like you kind of learn as you go, and you painfully have to listen to yourself over and over to make adjustments. I still don't
Yes.
like listening back to myself now, but I will make myself on the ABC Fox Wake Up Montana segment, which airs every Saturday morning.
Yes.
I will watch it with the volume off to make sure it's like going on. And I'm like, I should really listen to myself. And I'm like, oh, yep, there's that little, fall back on that word first time I respond. So it's just those little things, like you always have to listen back to yourself.
Still hard on yourself.
Yeah.
I would say the biggest difference, though, between broadcasting and this is she had to prepare for broadcasting. Like, there's
still,
no research really needed for this.
Now that
most
we're
of
2
the
years
time.
into this, I really have let that go. But for some episodes, if we're going solo and I just tell you what we're doing, like one of us has to prepare. But
But I think the guest has a little onus on that too. I would think.
yeah.
Right.
So,
But
like, if you know they're
when-
not much of a talker, you probably have to pepper them with questions.
And sometimes, though, this comes from my broadcast background too. With our guests, like I feel it out, and then I mean,
Ask
thankfully,
questions.
I mean, we really, knock on wood, have not had any bombs.
Yeah.
You're the number one in Montana.
We
I don't
are.
know if
That's
That's
right.
my
That's your newscaster
broadcast
voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do it for the commercials. Like when people want the commercial, I'll do the Will Arnett type.
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. It's like the big boomy, exaggerate. And Jason, my husband, loves to do that. I mean, he's on the radio every day. He was on TV forever, so he does that. But he loves to do what seems to be a dying thing in the voiceover world, but the over exaggerated former
Anchorman,
big newscaster,
Ron Burgundy,
rock chalk DJ. Yeah,
it all seems to have to do with big cars and big wheels.
Monster trucks.
Monster trucks, yeah.
He's done some like monster truck commercials, and he loves doing that because he gets to be that voice.
Well, you get to play a little bit.
Yeah, and you perform and you play and you show off your kind of vocal range and excitement,
nice.
And
So, what's his official job now?
Oh, well, there's many, but his official day job that has the health insurance and all that is he works for KMON, Town Square Media. His main job is the host, so he took over that morning show role on 560 KMON, the big ag legacy station.
Fun.
So, yeah.
That's a big show.
He also does voiceover. Him and I do media relations consulting, kayak kiosk. He has his FFL. So
did I see that card? Where was that? I've seen it. It's just
West Bank Park.
The kayak.
You rent a kayak now through a kiosk, and an app on your phone.
Like the bird scooter concept, but just with a kayak. So
less hospital visits, perhaps.
Yeah.
You would hope.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think, I kind of liken it to, like, if you have a kayak accident, it's probably just death.
Do you know how hard it is for being in that?
Please don't say that.
Right. They don't go to the hospital. They go to morgue. So
oh my gosh.
But every time you're saying kayak, I'm really just resisting the kayak. It's really been hard for me, and I had to give it in. I need to get it in. I got to tell a Shannon story.
Okay.
Because I need.
Tell it.
This is your boss.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't. It's fine.
No.
It's good.
Let me brag about.
We're equals in this room.
I know. I understand it, but I do. I know what the purpose of this building is, and that I like to talk well about Great Falls.
Yeah.
In fact, we had these friends 2 weeks ago that were visiting, and they live in Qatar.
Oh, that's a bit of a distance.
It is. They're from here, and they started teaching at university, thinking it'd be a 1-year gig. More than 15 years down the road, they're still there. They have their home base in Idaho.
Okay.
But they're looking at moving. So we're. I hijacked.
We're at
Shannon's,
Electric City Coffee.
Yeah, I hijacked her coffee break, which would have been nice for her to have a break. Because I don't know if you heard, she has like 4 jobs.
Yeah.
So
I was here.
she sees that on a daily basis. Yeah.
So, how sweet is she that I just called her over and I said, "Will you do your job right now for a minute?"
Yeah.
For a few
He's
minutes.
looking to move here. Yeah.
Because we want him to move, and she's so ready, so willing to jump in and do the gig.
But you're like, yeah, I can spiel off my things because 1, it's my job, and 2, I love it, and I'm passionate about people liking our community.
Me too.
But you're doing the work though.
Yeah.
You're the one who was
Heavy
laying
lifting.
the groundwork, getting. Yeah, I just right place, right time for that.
It was pretty great. Like I think we really
are
1-2 punched them.
What's happening?
They're pretty sold on the idea. I think.
What else do we need to do?
Time.
Yeah.
I think it's just time. I think they're in a position where they could sell something and buy something, and then this could be their home base. But boy, it was lined up pretty well because I had them meeting with another person. They're thinking about starting a business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And then I found a friend of mine who's starting the same kind of business. And
See, you're doing all the work there, making all these connections.
I don't know. Sometimes
How do you know
wonder.
them?
The people that came to visit.
Yeah.
She was in our wedding 27 years ago in July.
Oh.
Yeah, she's been one of Nadine's oldest friends.
Neat.
We went to college together. She got her MFA in theater with Nadine in the costuming side while I was getting mine in the acting side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, your wife is my mom's yoga instructor, and she loves her.
Here's my problem with my wife. Let's get into it. I used to be some kind of big shot around here, and then she starts being the Yoda.
She just starts being herself.
Meditating and levitating around town, and now it's, Oh, you're
Nadine's
Nadine's husband.
husband.
Yes.
No longer as in
No.
Joel's
Your own.
wife.
No longer a big
Yeah.
deal. It's kind of great, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've talked on the podcast historically, like when you leave a small town and how you start to drop down in levels.
Yeah.
When I was a big deal, my brother was Rebecca's brother. And then I left for college and then I came back and then I got referred to as Kenny's sister. And I'm like, oh, no,
that
no,
shift just
no,
happened.
no.
Yeah.
He would be Rebecca's brother. I am not Kenny's sister.
This isn't happening. This
Like,
isn't happening.
that is not
And
the
then
correct
as
way.
years passed, I became Miley's aunt,
Oh,
which I accepted for a while.
You got. I mean, yeah. You have to.
Yeah, you
have
gotta
to let the kids
let
grow.
the new generation come up.
but
And now,
still,
I know.
it's
My
not your
mom-
town anymore.
My mom
No.
didn't like it much as I was doing that, and then no, I love it. I love
Yeah.
that Nadine is. She's making such a big difference
Yeah.
in people's lives.
Yeah.
yeah,
I just know my mom really, really enjoys
That's
her.
it. I
so.
don't. People that think that I'm their best friend meet my wife, and then it's quickly, quickly number
Oh.
two.
We're gonna level up.
She's
Yeah.
just that much.
Just kidding.
She's just that
you've
much
been
more
hiding
lovable.
this from us.
Yeah. Like, she's kind of an introvert when she's not out. It's
Yeah.
not really my fault. However,
Yeah.
I'll gladly take
Yeah.
number two.
Are you? This is gonna seem like a weird question given just
Here we go.
your personality, but I found, or as I've listened to things, I like psychology and all those things, that a lot of actors or creatives that may be perceived as extroverts are actually introverts. Do you find that true for yourself?
Yeah, I do. And I don't think I knew it until about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That truly, and it was only like, why am I so tired?
Yeah.
Why is this so fun? But
Because
You're
it
when-
has
getting
to do with
drained
the
from
energy.
where you get your
so
re-energized from.
Yeah.
having the sip and dip gig has changed the energy
Yeah.
kind of deal because I teach all week.
Because it's consistent.
Yeah.
It's constant now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I teach all week, and then it's every weekend. Best job in the world.
Yeah.
Not complaining, but you want the best of me.
Yeah.
You should probably show up Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10. Like
Yeah.
after that, say, hey, you want to hang?
No, I'm good. I'm
no.
tapped out.
On a
Yeah.
Sunday, I'm pretty much hanging
A
out at home
recluse.
with my favorite, with Nadine,
Yeah.
who's one of the very few people that recharges me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And our house is beautiful, and she makes it beautiful. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, are you the same?
Well, I am, I'd say, much like a lot of me, I'm very middle of the road. So it just depends, which I suppose probably makes me more of an introvert. I rebelled against that idea of being an introvert growing up because I was like, all the things I wanted to do. I wanted to be an actress. I was
Yes.
like, I didn't mind that concept, but I was
Yes.
also very shy and didn't really have a lot of friends at my high school. So it was that internal battle. I'm like, give me a stage. I can do it. But also being shy and, hopefully I'll figure this out before the big 4-0, but like not caring so much what people think.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And so it's that. So depending on the situation, like I can get charged. Like I just had the opportunity to be on set for filming an
TV
episode
show.
of a TV show.
You're not allowed to say.
That happens
Well,
here.
I don't
the-
know how extensive the non-disclosure is, but a large TV show that's filmed in Montana, and I love it. Like that, I love that. Like that charges me. I'm energized, and I can go out, mingle with the best of them. But I also like, depending on the situation or the topic or whatever, I'm like, okay, I'm done with that, and I will travel the world by myself. That doesn't bother me, So it's kind of both of those
Yes.
elements.
A big one is, how do you feel about going to concerts now?
Concert, I've honestly never been a big concert person.
Okay.
So,
In
Yeah.
my youth, I loved it.
yeah.
It was fine.
That was one of my questions I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you are so into music, but you create your own and you're performing all the time. Do you go to concerts?
Yes. But it's like a big caveat. Like, I can't be among the people.
Yeah.
I got to be.
Now, is
back.
that
I
a
gotta
personality thing or is that a because you're a musician thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's a weird psychological thing.
Yeah.
I think I need to see everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's a control thing. I think it's as I get older, I'm more fearful.
Sure.
just being honest.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what's going to happen in this crowd.
Well, you become more aware of the world around you and the possibilities.
And the going solo is a lot easier, actually. Like then I'm not worried about anybody else's safety or like I'm Captain Justice. Gonna just like there's anything I can really do. Right.
But my spouse hates going to places that offer live music where it's not like professional level because he is so worried and concerned that they're gonna screw up or get embarrassed, and he just has kind of that empathy for them on the stage, so he just is uncomfortable the entire time because he wants them to do really good, and he feels like, oh, I feel so nervous for them because they might screw up or people might not appreciate it or they'll laugh at him, and he doesn't want that to happen.
Interesting.
I get that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say I do make it a point to go see people live here, like other bands, and I just feel like I have such a people come to see me all the time, and I love going out and seeing our local people.
We've got some great ones.
We have great ones. I can't handle a lot.
Yeah.
Again, the battery thing, and the thing that'll happen is sometimes people will see me there and want to talk to me instead of
listening.
Let's watch the thing. So I have I'm on.
Right.
Versus, like, I just would really love to support these folks.
I understand that. Yeah.
It's weird. It's a dumb thing to complain about. But
I understand.
No, it is. Yeah. Like when, not that I'm a huge deal in this town, but kind of I am.
You are.
And so when I'm out in public, most of the time I'm running into people I know and we're talking about various things. And my spouse is like, you know what? I wanted to go out with you, not you and everyone else you knew.
Like, well, sorry, I can't control that.
Let's go to Helena then.
Somewhere else.
Go somewhere else. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go to Power.
Do you consider yourself an introvert or extrovert?
I score high on extrovert, but there's a lot of times where I'll tend to slink away just to be able to recharge.
Yeah.
But it all depends on kind of the time. But I've been an E for a long time.
Nice. I love a good getaway though.
Yeah.
Ooh, sneak
That's
out.
I thought you would be more
Introverted?
introvert. Yeah.
I think she's a chosen extrovert.
Yeah.
I think she can. I think if she's up for it, then it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Do you know the Enneagram? Have you heard of the Enneagram?
No.
Now I'm really nerding out on personality test
Please
things.
Go.
She's mentioned it before.
I was just going to add.
It's been on your radar for a while.
Well, because we're talking about like the Myers-Briggs like personality. We're talking about the E and the I. There's another one called the Enneagram, and you're basically in a number between 1 and 9, and it's it's just a whole other personality thing. So I just nerd out with those things because I find personality and psychology really fascinating.
Are you in the middle of it?
Well, no, this one you're more one number with like a wing to one side or the other, but I am the one
like
I am
7 to the 3.
Yeah.
Wing it.
Well, you can only wing the closest number next to you. So again, I'm not full in true fashion. I don't feel like fully this, but I most relate to a 9. Not that that means anything to either one of you, but
it doesn't.
How about you follow the Gretchen Rubin and the Happiness Project and the...
I've heard of it, but no, I don't.
My wife,
that's a negative on me.
My wife makes a lot of fun of me for where I fall on that one.
Oh.
She goes, people like to say they're a rebel.
Yeah.
You're a rebel. You cannot handle people telling you what to do. You have to really process that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So, I'm surprised it's been 2 years since you've been here.
Well, because we loom so large in each other's consciousness.
Yeah. He's always
I hear you every week, I guess.
Right?
She was always on my mind.
It's true.
I had the unique opportunity to finally get to see the Steve Olson Orchestra Christmas performance out at Belt Theater this past year, I think, this Christmas. Phenomenal. Mr. Corda brought me to tears, and that doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't.
It's a different kind of singing.
Yeah.
I loaded up at the holidays just to make sure that I can make Rebecca cry.
Well, mission accomplished.
So it was a beautiful performance.
Yeah.
I have yet to come to the actual Sip and Dip for a Friday or Saturday performance, but I went to the...
You were there when I
won.
I remember you being there.
Yeah.
I think you're why I won.
That's probably it. I mean, I screamed really loud.
I saw you hand in the 20s to
yeah.
the Italian handshake.
Aaron, there's no other option. You feel this poke in your back. It's not my fingers.
Right.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, she was determined.
She was on my side. Listen, you have some people in your corner. You let
knew
them be
the
in
right
your
people
corner.
to get in your corner. Yeah.
So my question really stems from, tell us about the people that you've gotten to see.
Oh.
Like the
celebrities?
No, just the people that have. I mean, celebrities is fine.
Just like
But
from your view
some of the
behind
things,
the
the
piano.
highlights of the people that have come through that you've gotten to interact with in the last 2 years at the SIP.
That's a really great question, but because it's so varied.
Yeah.
It is really the best job a musician can have in town because it's not. You see your regulars.
Yep.
I see everybody that ever comes home. Like if people I haven't seen in 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like they finally make it home. They're like, well, we had to come here because this is where the family wanted.
Yeah, I suppose you see all of the like major events that happen in town because they come through there.
Okay. Put a pin in that because there's some major events that I shouldn't be the ending point, but it seems to keep happening. It's my favorite thing is finding somebody brand new and bringing them in. It's the same thing you guys are doing, but it's really about Great Falls.
Yeah.
It's the Sip and Dip, but there's people that treat the Sip and Dip like it's Disneyland. We're going to come through, we're going to take a quick photo, and then we're going to get out of there. And there's people that sit and really just like take it in because there's, again, these friends that visited, the way that they reacted to it.
Yeah.
The woman that was in our wedding has been there before when Pat was around.
Yeah.
They've never been there when I've played.
Yeah.
He'd only heard about it. And he'd been hearing about it for years, and he said, there's no way to explain what that really
what
is.
Just happened. Right.
Yeah. Like it's, yes, there's mermaids, yes, there's live music, but there's something else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think one of the features is the engagement of the audience, and it's not just a lounge singer. It's class participation is required. There are moments when you can just sit back and relax and enjoy the music and then go, oh, I've never heard Quiet Riot quite done like that before. Which is a little bit of the throwback to Piano Pat.
Yes.
You know, you're like, oh, I didn't know that was that song.
That is intentional.
Yeah, and so there's some of that funness.
I need her there every night. It's a weird thing to say, but she built that place.
Yeah.
Sandy and Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it was before Sandy was there, but like she was the one that brought the mermaids. She's the one that
So I went to the Christmas special sing-along.
Oh, the sing-along? You went? Okay.
You were sick.
COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So you had a fill-in, which was fun, and then Santa showed up, and I got to see him. So it was a good night.
It's a really fun night.
The other thing that was amazing, and I'm going to caveat the total story of this, but I had prime rib for dinner in the lounge during the sing-along before Christmas because I was really craving some prime rib. So
good for you.
Oh, it was so good.
Listen, let me give you the hints on how to make a really good night there. This is exclusive.
Perfect. Please tell us.
It's like the people that ask
Here's the insider tips of making it special at the Sip and Dip.
Well, it's not as much fun when it's everybody in there and you can't get a spot.
Yeah.
Right.
Go at 6.
Yeah.
Order your food.
You're still going to get the experience, but not the
Post
frustrating experience.
And then you can leave when you want.
Yeah.
Or stay all night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have your options then.
Yeah.
So you start at 6.
I start at 7.
Oh,
yeah.
So you're telling people to come without you there?
I'm telling them to get in early.
Get in early. Get your seat. Get your spot.
Yeah.
Take it all in.
Take it all in
for the next
before
step.
the music starts.
I don't know what it's going to be. And it's generally pretty busy.
Yeah.
So, that's the fun part. The people, though, there's anytime I see the pink cowboy hats.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
It's like
bachelorette parties. Ooh.
They can go so incredibly well or so incredibly poorly.
Awful.
Yeah.
And
it depends where you are in the night
and
on the stop.
I'm not somebody that profiles people.
Yeah.
But if I see a pink cowboy hat, I'm on.
Barbie's coming.
You're on edge.
Yeah.
It's a little trickier.
How do you manage that? I imagine the inebriated celebrators are a little more interactive in a not so conscientious way with you. Do you like my very
Or-
politically
Yes.
correct
Very
way
well
of saying all
done.
that?
Very well done.
Or complacent. Like they're just
Yeah.
not willing to go with the flow.
They're really
and
out
they're
of
a little
it
more
or
aggressive.
in your business.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that can happen without the cowboy hats as well.
Yeah.
My favorite is when. So that I'm going to give you a great example.
Okay.
I don't know her name,
Okay.
and I'm not going to
That's
hurt her
fine. This
feelings
is
because
good.
she was lovely.
Yeah.
But she got inebriated.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
got worse.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
So had a nice talk with her on my break,
Mm-hmm.
and then played a couple songs for her. As I played Ghost Riders in the Sky, which is known as a Johnny Cash song.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm in the middle of singing Sunday Morning Coming Down, which is a Chris Christopherson song made famous by Johnny Cash. And she comes around the corner mid-song to go, play some Johnny Cash. And everybody at that bar said, he is right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, and that wasn't bad enough. That was just kind of a good bit. Then she starts like putting requests on her phone for me to read while I'm playing a song.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't,
That's not easy.
No.
like, I can't, I'm not that smart. Like,
Can you not see I'm busy? I'm like in the middle of
Or
something
the ones
here.
that'll just stand by me while it just started a song, but you get to feel this presence behind you.
And it's, I mean, and you're close. I mean, you're like the
We're-
distance we are. Yeah.
Yeah. People sneaking up on me,
Yeah.
touching me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not great with, and I'm a hugger. I'm a toucher.
Yeah. But
I really feel like
This is
by
a
the way,
different-
these are first world problems, and I really feel like I should back away.
no, these are human. These are
But
human
that's
problems
also-
of just like
Yeah.
being around other humans.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
I need my I'm still here to do a job.
Right.
And I need my space to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite is another favorite is here's a song I don't know that one. Oh, okay. Well, I know this one by that artist. I'll play it. I'll do my best.
Yeah.
And then it's, hey, do you know that song yet?
Yet. Yeah. When was I supposed
Like,
to
won't
learn
stop
that?
requesting the same. Even on a break, I'm not gonna.
Learn a
I'm
song.
not gonna hear. I'm not gonna hear it. I'm not gonna know. The way that I learn is different than.
Yeah.
than
Okay,
most.
do
That's
it.
just I don't care if
Yeah.
you're a prodigy. Like that's not
I'm like,
what.
I don't
and my-
know the song.
yes.
Yeah.
My line is, I know a lot of songs. I'm gonna guess I know more songs than you.
Yeah.
I
Right.
just don't know that song.
Yeah.
Or and a really obscure one, and I'll look it up, and there's like 300 listens on Spotify, and I go, I'm gonna play obscure songs. I'm gonna play my own.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. You're right. Not so. Yeah.
Playing me.
Because I know
Right.
them.
Right.
I can
Like-
destroy on those.
Yeah. Because we're going for popular, sing along, happy
Yeah.
bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things people know.
I love a good mix. Like
Yeah.
I want you to hear stuff you've never heard before.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I can't let you walk away without something you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And getting the involvement
Yes.
and feel goods.
How many
Yeah.
songs have you learned in the last 2 years
to do this job?
that have come up and you're like, no, I'm willing to learn
Oh.
that song because it gets requested enough or
It does. How many of those? A lot. What I had the advantage of, I was playing a lot. I'd already kind of really committed to being able to do
Knowing stuff.
a lot of just figuring it out. And I love it when I know a song in my head and I've
Yeah.
never tried it. Like there's no better high wire act, and they appreciate the crash and burn of that too.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go well, they're
They're there
They're
to
all for
support
it.
you
That's
on
a
that
good
too.
environment to try stuff out in.
It's
Yeah.
just you're giving them like as long as you're honest. Like
Yeah.
I don't know this song.
Yeah.
It
I'm
could be
gonna-
awful.
I don't know if I remember the bridge. We'll see.
Yeah. Just go
Or
with
give it a
it.
shot.
But sometimes they end up being the ones that that needs to stay in the
Rotation.
rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Go ahead.
this is because it's kind of, dominating cultural zeitgeist right now. How often do you get requests to play some version of a Taylor Swift? Like, do you
Oh.
get like a Shake It Off?
I do. That is the one I do.
Okay.
Ask me if it sounds like Taylor Swift's though.
I really want to hear it though.
Well, you can
Wow.
sew
We had
up
the-
on
yeah.
Fridays
Yes.
and
You
tell me
Saturdays.
what
I
you
want to
want,
hear
and I
your
will-
version. That's funny. I was just
I'd-
trying to think of like
Joel's version.
I'm sure
I'd
you
say
got to
it's-
get requests for
It's
Taylor.
a little darker. I need to learn. I probably need to learn about 3 Taylor songs, to be honest with you. And I admire her quite a bit. Like
Yeah.
I've been slowly working my way through the Disney eras.
Yeah.
Is there a better show out there?
Right. I mean, it's pretty impressive
It's
what
just
she
the
does.
soundtrack for women's lives for almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's doing 45 songs, 3.5
3.5
straight hours.
She's
I
pulling
mean,
a Springsteen.
that's
is what
impressive.
she's doing. Yeah.
You know, whether you like her or not. I know you're not a fan, but but just respecting
that was to Rebecca. Right, that was to Rebecca.
That was me.
But just respecting the like effort and talent it takes just to pull off that much.
I appreciate what she does.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy a ticket and go to the Eras tour.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
You'd have to mortgage your house, I think. At this point, they're pretty spendy.
Yeah.
Or go to Europe. I hear it's cheaper there.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot too.
Yeah.
Just wrap that part up though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
So then,
Taylor Swift songs. I was just curious. I was like, what? I was trying to throw out the
so
hardest one to play on a piano in a bar.
Here's where it gets weird. Like I do try to listen to newer, not on the radio necessarily, but Instagram will tell you. Yeah. I play a lot of younger women writers. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I'm listening to. Yeah. More for some reason I relate to that a little more than the.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know why it doesn't make any sense. But have you heard of Chapel Roan?
No.
No.
It's so not my demographic, and you can look her up. But that album of hers is fire. Don't play it around the office because you'll get in trouble.
Okay.
Well, my playlist
she's
is
already got stuff
It's
blasting.
all just it's bangers.
Yeah.
She's so incredible, and it's just this. It's a total. It's how I feel about like when I first heard rap in the 90s, living in Great Falls. Like there's a whole world.
There's a whole world.
World I did not know existed. Yeah. And thank you for the window. Mm-hmm. But bangers on top of that.
Well, and I think that's what's so fun is because the amount of music we're actually exposed to is so limited unless you go out and search for art, which is partly why I appreciate the Newberry because they're bringing in music that isn't being played on Top 40 radio, isn't something that you're readily going to know, but good Lord, are they amazing artists.
How much did it help with the development there?
None.
Liar.
None.
I'm calling you a liar. I think
you can.
You were behind the scenes somewhere pulling the strings.
I'm not.
No strings being pulled, just support.
Yep. We support them.
You have to. We didn't have that venue for so long.
Right.
Yeah.
But, they've opened my eyes to artists that I would have not paid any attention to. And that extends to like Downtown Summer Jam as well, because it's all the same kind of work. And, you don't get exposure to so much of this music unless someone else is providing it to you somehow.
Thinking culturally, how much has grown in the last 5 years here. Newberry, the artists we're bringing in for the murals. We've always had the art show, but even more so just no longer just Western.
The people who are participating in the art show.
It's amazing.
We've got some unique stuff happening.
For sure.
Well, and you look how artistic this building is. Even in the last 3 years, like the things that you've added to this. I don't know. Yeah. I'm a big fan.
Well,
I'm a booster, if you will.
We're fans of you too.
Rebecca's had good vision for adding significant, like meaningful elements for the community and what it represents to this building.
Don't I know it?
All with intent and purpose.
Yes. Do you want to hear about the play? So I don't. Because they'll get mad. They'll be like, we're 20 minutes into this thing. Corda hasn't mentioned
32. Yeah.
Here's the deal. Shoot. Joel walks in with a poster. And I'm like,
if it helps when I scheduled this, I was going to do that and more. So we've just got to the more first.
I have no idea what we're here for. On my calendar, it says catching up with Corda. And I'm like, great, I haven't talked to Joel in a while.
Yeah.
Love it.
And you walk in with this beautiful red poster. And I'm like,
must be here for something specific.
No, I'm like, I don't know why he's got the Music Man poster from Great Falls Theater Company.
It's because I learned things when I met him in the coffee shop.
When I run into people, listen, I'm an opportunist if nothing else.
Well,
I use Shannon to get booked on this show. I used her to let's get people that we
here.
like next door. Yeah.
So then I looked at the poster and I saw a byline on there, which is a pretty big deal. So I'm going to let you spill the beans on it.
All right,
or spill the tea? Is that what the kids say?
That's the better.
Spill the tea, sing the music.
Yeah.
You know Great Falls Theater Company.
Yeah, we've had them on the podcast.
I was part of the board when we first started out.
Ooh.
Wonderful.
And then discovered how little time I had to actually do board work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I support where I can. I come in and Chris Evans and I are really good friends. We support each other in our writing and our directing and our So whenever they need me, I come help where I can. But I also like not helping.
If they've got it covered, great.
Right.
100%. So last show I directed was 10 years ago in December, White Christmas.
Oh,
So-
sure. So that links back
Yes.
to the founders.
And two of the people in that show were this summer. I'm watching it on my Facebook show up every day. We were advertising Sound of Music because I directed that
Yeah.
in the summer, and then we went to the. Anyway, so you see these things kind of come around.
Yeah.
I don't know when it was, 3 months ago. They asked me if I'd direct, and I said, you know what I do regularly. Like you know my schedule,
Yeah.
right? You're familiar with this. Yeah, and I just said, sounds like a great idea. However, here's when I can't be there.
Yeah.
Because I'd already set up some gigs out
Sure.
of town. With the library,
Yeah.
they were very accommodating. I grabbed my friend Allie Jo Sheets to
Yeah.
help.
When do you have time to do this? You're
It's-
getting there.
It's
Anyway.
not. People lie about how much time they have.
Yeah.
Don't you find?
Yeah.
Yeah. People have time for the things that are important
That
to
will
them.
make time for them. Yes.
Yes.
My biggest regret is that as I get older and more able to do things, it seems like the time in my
Has shrunk.
It's shrunken that I just don't have the energy.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to give my time. It's more
Yeah, you
precious
become
to me.
Yes.
maybe more
Protective.
like busy is the word that you use when you're trying to actually be healthier maybe and
Yes.
take
Yep.
the rest time.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
Continue.
For us on a daily basis, if we don't get to play our evening set of gin, rummy, and then do some word searches.
You and your husband?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
like
love
at dinner,
that.
we do 3 hands. And whoever wins becomes the dinner rummy champion. We also do it at breakfast on the weekends. And then we sit down and we do some word searches, and then we go to bed. And I'm like, oh,
That's
That's
we're
adorable.
super old.
I love
but
that.
no, but it's
No, it's good.
it's a great routine.
Yeah.
And you're not like you're slow. You're doing all the things
Correct.
they say.
To prepare yourself for
I
a
have
healthy
to-
rest.
That ties me into my.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so please,
Okay,
yes.
so
I knew
Busy
it would.
schedule. You were talking with Allie Jo
Sorry,
Sheets.
I brought Allie in to help me
Yeah.
direct
Okay.
for the times that I wouldn't be around or whatever. And she's just one of my best friends,
Yeah.
and I want her to help.
yeah.
Although what's interesting is all these rehearsals, we're not really hanging out.
Right. We're a little busy during this time.
we haven't
yeah,
had-
we're a little
we had-
preoccupied.
We're
we
not
don't
even
know
talking.
what's really
yeah.
going on with each other's lives. This is years ago, and I want to tell you why I'm connected to the Music Man and why it
Yeah.
made any sense. Because everything about me wanted to say no. Like it's been too long, or it's like I've got this other stuff,
Yeah.
but they're friends of mine. Anyway, so it was when I first got roped in by the older ladies at St. Anne's Cathedral to be there. And I was there for almost 20 years. But one of the women, her name was Carol Lamont, and lovely woman. Shortly into my tenure at St. Anne's, her husband passed away. And I didn't know the Music Man other than I think I saw it when I was a little kid. But one of the songs that she wanted in the funeral is Goodnight, My Someone. And I'm so glad she didn't tell me the story of why until after I'd sung it. So I had to learn it. I sang it. It's a beautiful song. But she said, well, the reason I wanted that is because I sing that to my husband every night
Oh.
before we went to bed
Ugh.
for however many years they were married. Right?
Sweet little routine.
Oh, man.
Sweet routines, right? And there was something about when they asked me and about how there was something that said I needed to
Be a part of
be
it.
a part of it. And I'll tell you what, 40 people in this cast.
Holy.
We have a live orchestra. We're going to hear them all play together tomorrow night. The attitude of this cast, the energy of this cast is some of the best ever. It's probably been my best directing experience in so many ways. There's the Great Falls Theater Company supporting the way that they do. Like they have the bodies
Yeah.
in a way, like when I was doing high school theater, it was, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. It has been one of the better experiences ever.
Wow.
All right, now I'm going to get to the business part, and then we can go back. You
Okay,
ready?
perfect.
All right, so tickets are available now through the
Yes.
Great Falls Theater Company.
Yes.
And they sell out, folks.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised it's not sold out already.
If you aren't getting
We-
your tickets now,
Yeah,
if you're
I
not
already
making your
have
plans
some.
now,
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
run away.
I
They're the
think I'm
best.
there on opening night.
I think I am too.
Woo.
Fantastic. Glad to hear it.
I'm sure you guys will be able to catch up.
I'll see you there.
We're not preoccupied at all.
July
Yeah.
11, 12, 13, 7:30, Great Falls High Theater. Then the next weekend, 18th, 19th, 20th, 7:30 at the Davidson Family Auditorium. It's going to be great.
And I noticed, because you're at Great Falls High this year, and I take it part of that is you've been selling out at the other location, but the band, is that the big reason?
I think it's a big part of it. I think there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the renovations in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's pretty
beautiful.
nice
Beautiful. Yeah.
playground, so.
Nice and big.
Yeah.
It's comfortable
That's
seating.
Comfortable seating.
Yeah.
Air conditioned, I'm hoping. Yeah, they are air conditioned.
I would imagine.
I was there in the winter.
Yeah.
It was
The
warm.
last time I was there in the winter. Yeah. Last time I was there, it was 30 below outside, so I
Yeah.
wasn't too concerned about that. But yeah.
I went and then I could take my coat off.
Yeah.
I don't know what that equates to in the
Right.
summer.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Jen Cantley with the music, it's such a lovely sound. They had about 4 weeks to work before we even started doing the other.
Yeah.
They sound great. Elizabeth Quimby's doing the orchestra. It's high school kids. It's community members. She's grabbing from everywhere.
Yeah.
It's her first time doing a big show like this for the Great Falls community, for the theater company.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
How exciting.
it's exciting.
Yeah. How you feeling? I mean, we're 2 weeks out from that.
I feel like most of my job is done.
Yeah.
The part that'll
Yeah.
be, I mean, they're doing so. It's the attitude that I love so much. Like, these are long hours.
Yeah.
This is hard work.
yeah.
Like, it's not an easy show, and they're nailing it. And they're just the way that they support each other and lift each other up, and it's what you want in a musical and theater and life. I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. That's a good reflection of all of it.
Yeah.
Well, and I went early to the announcement for the season for 2024, and I got to thank the older woman who played in Oklahoma. And I just stopped her and I said, thank you so much for being a part of the theater and for, I went and saw Oklahoma. You were amazing. And one of my favorite moments, because you see these old people, she's like, I was so worried about doing it because I'm so old. And I'm like, you didn't look old at all.
Right.
Like,
Oh
you
my
just look
goodness,
like you belonged as part of that crew. And
If it's who I think you're talking about, she's in this show too.
oh, she looks like the grandma off of Bugs Bunny Tweety Bird
Yes,
episodes.
that's her.
Yes.
She's in. What I love too is there's actual age up there. Like, it looks like a community where it's
Yeah.
not just like
not
19
just
to
high
24
schoolers.
year olds
Yeah.
Yep.
trying to look.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
people involved, and
It's
That's so
pretty. It's
exciting.
pretty special.
Yeah.
I think it's really going to be something. And it already is something special. It'll be fun because it's always fun to watch people panic as you add new elements.
yeah,
Because
we're
we've
gonna
been
do this now.
Yeah, we're going to add an orchestra.
Yeah.
Live music.
Wow.
That's a good
We're
plan.
going to move you into another theater. We've CMR is where we've been rehearsing, so I want to say nice things to the Evanses for
Yeah.
just it worked out very well that we had that rehearsal space, and then it's in the Great Falls School District just backing us
Yeah.
up.
That's great.
But then Great Falls High, they're going to move in on. We're moving in on Saturday, moving all the parts in, and
And it's not just the actors that are, community members. It's set designers. It's the musicians. It's the
if I add it
All
up,
the
I bet
talent.
it's going to be 80 people.
holy
at night.
moly.
That's
'Cause
a lot.
It's a ton of people, and it's all to make this beautiful thing for our community. And I just think, what better place to talk about it?
Right.
Yeah.
But what better, the goals of these guys, like get a building, do this year
Big
round.
dreams.
It's big dreams, and I think they're doing it.
Well, and I got to visit with them at a board meeting, and I know this is not something all people get excited about, but I don't know why you don't. But I was sitting at a board meeting with the board, obviously, and we were visiting about long-term plans and strategies and how they're going to accomplish it. And I'm like, it's a solid approach.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And
Amber, as president, has come back with a lot of energy. Kaylee, it's now LeClaire, used to be Ozentowski.
yeah.
She's the stage manager, and she's one of the most professional people I've run into. You know how I think generally and regularly I talk about women's roles in Great Falls and business, and
Yeah.
when are we gonna put that on the billboard?
Um,
I don't understand.
we got something working
You
here
do?
that
Okay.
may just
I'll do the theme song for that too, or I'll write it and then let's have some women.
Well, let me share.
There we go.
Because I think it's fine to tell people. We've got a big project we're working on called the Feisty Women of Great Falls. And there's a large component of it that is driven by Shannon, and she's going to be developing some film elements for it. And we're partnering with the Great Falls. Cascade County Historical Society, the History Museum, to do some elements. And we couldn't be more excited about what this project can mean for our community long term. So.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Kicking it off the first year with honoring and sharing the stories of women who have come generations before as well.
And then
as some are
allowing
current.
people to kind of come into our community, immerse themselves within that story and multiple people's stories, and then the elements that all of those stories have touched throughout our community. So
Love it.
We're really excited about the potential for this to continue to grow and have impact
It's
down there for
anthropology.
years to come. Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just, it works on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
She's
There's-
amazing.
All of the work is ahead. Well, and it's going to be a team collaboration because we have some fun ideas to really expand it. It started as this idea for basically a documentary of sorts,
Yes.
showcasing these 5 feisty women, and then it's grown from there to include many other elements. I am in the stressed out stage because
Are you?
it's before anything. Nothing's done.
She's
It's
got to
still
get it
just
all on film.
edited.
But
shot.
I call it the Hubble telescope moment. Like I always start out with these ideas like, okay, you've got the Hubble telescope and you zoom into Great Falls. And they're like, we can't get the Hubble telescope. And I'm like, you don't have to. We're going to come as close as we can to that experience. And the
So I
closer
got
we
my
get to
drone
it, the
license,
better.
And that's about as
And
high
so-
zoomed up as we can go.
Yeah.
Did you get your drone
I did,
license
yeah.
for this?
Yes. Well, not for this project, but as part of this role
for
at
our team.
tourism. Yeah.
And so, we start really, really big. We start at
She has
Hubble
not shared
telescope
this with me. She has not
level.
shared this specific vision.
And then
You can't add. Look at her. She's already.
I just stress because
it is beyond just
Yeah.
the film. We're at Hubble telescope level.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Excited for
So
you.
it's going to be a big celebration of women.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Which I'm pretty
Time.
stoked about.
It's
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we do have
I know that we have
the fire within.
Yes, and that
Yeah,
does
there's
address
all
the part
kinds
that
of-
I'm talking about. 'Cause
Yes.
like,
There's
you go
part
down
of that.
Central. What's the percentage?
Yeah. It's a
Oh,
lot of women business
It's a lot of
owners.
women.
It's got to be 70%, right?
Yeah.
So what we're looking to do is just grow that component.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I should have known. I should have known he'd had it covered. I should have known. Coming here with my big city ideas. Rebecca's
No.
thought it 10 years
No.
ago.
Oh, I've got other ideas too.
All right.
That stem from an idea you shared. So we're going to try and make some of those dreams come true as well.
It's just off mic stuff. That we
Yeah,
should talk
this is
about.
off mic.
Okay.
We podcast
Oh, off
after
mic.
dark.
I thought you said soft mic, and I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Let me do my soft mic voice. Hey guys,
We're going to talk about this
we're
later.
gonna talk about it. Wait, not.
Yeah.
It's not ready for your consumption yet.
We're not good to be around each other sometimes. It's not as good as it could be
Yeah.
for us.
Is there any more you want to
Oh,
share
yes.
about the
Do
music?
you know
we
how
have?
much it costs for a ticket?
$27 for
There you
adults.
go.
$17 for children.
job.
You see why have this
Yeah.
poster in front
Yeah,
of me,
good
because
job.
that is stuff that is not.
Well, that's the not your concern. So
My concern is honestly, in about an hour, we're going to be moving people around in the second act, and that's what I'm probably
Yep.
that's where all the RAM is.
yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Somebody was asking me a question, and I said, I got like 4 gigs of RAM in here.
Yeah.
And you're asking a 12 RAM
Question.
type
Right.
system.
Let me clear some stuff out
Yeah.
first, and then
I
we'll
don't have
get to it.
capacity
Yeah.
to even consider this
Yeah.
right now.
That's funny.
But it is important to know your limitations, because I've done
Yeah.
that more and more lately. Be like, this is important. I don't have capacity to even devote
Yes.
the time to it
Yeah.
right now, but I'll carve out time next week, and then I
Yeah.
can think about it, because people think it's just easy to think, and it's not sometimes.
No.
It's more respectful to actually just I don't
Give
got
it a
it
little
right
thought.
now.
If you want an answer now, it's
Yeah.
not going to be favorable.
Right.
Right.
No,
Right.
right.
For
If you want
either
me
one
to-
of us, yeah.
If you want me to pretend that I have time
Yeah.
for you, I don't. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wish I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I'd love to help with.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mostly just want to.
When are you singing at the library?
Yeah, you're doing that this
Did
summer.
that last week, actually.
Oh,
They had
okay.
to
Never
bring
mind,
it in. They
people.
had to bring it inside.
Rain.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't have to use a sound system.
Perfect.
It
There
got
you
to be as
go.
loud as I want it to be.
Yeah.
I snuck on the piano in the back, which they did.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I love that gig in general, but even inside was nice because it's pretty intimate and
Yeah.
people showed up. I was surprised because it rained pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Are you doing any more at the library this summer? Tell us
No.
about other things you have going
Tell
on.
those librarians that I'll go whenever they want.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was looking at getting out of town to play more music, but
Yeah.
I put
Yeah.
that on hold for the show.
Music Man.
We do have a show that Rebecca knows about that is getting fully produced. We're producing. We're working on these things.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm hoping some writing.
Yeah.
I want to start on another album.
Yeah.
I want to. I'm always making stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
Whether it becomes things or doesn't, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I know that sounds dumb, but
No,
it's
it
like
doesn't.
It's,
It sounds
it's
freeing.
the process of creating.
yeah, it's like so many things don't go anyway.
Yeah.
So to just
But to still get them out, I think sometimes in the creative process, that's the hard. You're like, okay, if this isn't going to go anywhere, I'm not going to get it out. And
yeah,
just need to do
somebody
it.
else can
Yeah.
deal with it if they want or not.
Yeah.
All right, here you go, son. Here's your inheritance. Whole lot of
You're
journals.
welcome. Yeah.
Best
A lot of
of
footage.
luck.
A lot of journals.
That's funny. That's funny.
Here's a song about
When do you start going back to school? Because
Oh, you had to ask,
Yeah,
didn't you?
I did.
Oh.
I guess it's something. I did both of my trainings right at the start of summer.
Oh,
So
so
What
that
only
are
goes
you
out of the
guys
way.
talking about?
He's a
I
teacher.
teach as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you said go back to school. I didn't know if you were like
Oh,
getting a doctorate or something.
I have 2 masters already.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
come on.
Dr. Corda.
Yeah.
Just so I could introduce myself as
Yeah.
Dr. Corda at
Yeah.
the Sip and Dip.
Yeah.
And on the keys tonight,
Doctor.
Dr. Corda.
And you will insist on calling me that.
I would get my doctorate for the whole purpose that I would correct people when they go.
You would
Constantly.
100%
That would be
do
fun.
that.
Rebecca?
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's Dr.
Dr.
Rebecca.
Ingham to you.
Yeah. And you would do that.
I have a hard enough time when former students come into the bar and call me Mr. Corda.
Oh, that is unnerving.
It's a weird thing. How about just Corda? If
Yeah.
you can't handle
At
the
least just don't do
Can't
the
go the
Mr.
first
Yeah.
name.
Mr. thing, I got it. Come on. Let me rock
But
here.
Especially in that
I've
setting.
got elementary teachers that I still.
Me too.
Yeah, I can't
get
call them by
I
their
get
name.
it, but where are we?
Yeah. But it feels, I have a 6th grade teacher who I'm still in touch with today. She was influential and she's Miss Anktel. Like it would be weird
Yeah.
to call her Charlotte.
But you know her name.
I do
Could.
know her first
Could
name.
if you needed
yeah.
to.
Yeah,
my
that's true.
I think she was 5th, 6th grade teacher. She got married, and I still don't even refer to her as her married name because
How
she
would you?
wasn't married
Right.
when I was in school,
Yeah.
so she's still Miss Jones.
That's
and
locked.
then
That's locked
I'm
in the
like,
hard
sorry,
Mm-hmm.
drive. Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's it.
that's
That's
not
the gigabyte.
disrespectful
Yeah.
No.
to your spouse. It's just respectful to you've
Who you
been
were then.
frozen in time.
Yeah.
Since I left 6th
I like it.
grade.
Me
Yeah.
too. Things
Yeah.
do freeze in time.
Yeah.
And they should.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
But
true.
don't go to a bar
No.
and call me
Mr.
Miss,
Corda.
Mr. Corda.
Miss Ingham. Mrs. Ingham.
Must be
Well,
doctor.
Weird, isn't it?
I taught at University of Great Falls.
I know. So professor.
Professor Ingham.
Even professor in
That
this setting
screws
would
me up.
that'd be okay though.
Well, it feels sometimes fun, especially when people don't know. They're like, why are they calling you Professor Ingham? And I'm like, oh, I
'Cause.
had this gig for a bit.
Yeah.
How long did you do it?
Oh, did I get to do that 2 or 3 years?
Me too.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
That was the greatest experience I ever had. And
Really?
unfortunately, I've not made the time commitment to do that since I came to tourism, but so much fun.
And you taught business.
I taught a
right?
capstone course on entrepreneurship.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the whole setup right here. I mean, she's a good interviewer. You could make a little something on this.
There you go.
Well, I've considered it, but
Yeah.
again, Gin and crosswords are going.
These are another
Those are important too.
Another soft mic conversation.
Yeah.
What? That's right. We're gonna call that the soft mic conversations now. What? Music? Is that what you teach?
I teach.
Did
I
and
teach.
do?
I like to teach
as a professor,
life lessons.
Yeah. You're a
As a
life coach.
professor,
Coupled
it was
with-
theater. I teach CMR in the morning. I teach 2 guitar classes,
Oh.
and then I come over and I teach. I actually piloted a drama class at North.
Very cool.
Ooh.
It's very cool. It's kind of a sneaky speech class, actually,
Aha.
because if they never take drama again, they'll have had the
They'll
reps
have-
and they
yeah.
will not be terrified anymore of getting up and speaking.
Which is
Good
just
point.
a side tangent.
It's a big deal.
Communication and speech. And now I can't talk, but it was
Good leader.
Such a reflection of you as a person. When you can't form sentences or get your thoughts out,
Yeah.
people judge you.
okay. Thanks. Well,
Wow.
what I meant was though, as like Jason and I have been doing more of the communications and
Yes.
branding and
Yes.
media relations consulting, realizing how much, and not that we're experts at it, but just helping kind of guide the process for people of realizing that it's like that is such an undervalued, undertaught, underappreciated skill of just basic
Yeah.
communication. And that's what, and speech, and what everything boils down to in day-to-day life, no matter what your job position, anything. If you can't speak in front of other people or just effectively communicate, nothing in life is working for
Right.
you.
You're,
Well, and
you're
if you-
eliminating a lot of pathways.
Correct.
If you dig even deeper, just the
Yeah.
word choice and how you
Oh,
convey
absolutely.
something
Yes.
is absolutely imperative to setting connotations and
Correct.
expectations and all that fun stuff, which I would assume if you're in the theater world, it's amplified because you only have such a small window to convey this big story. Yeah.
That's good.
Check out the big green on Dr. Ingham over there. Yes. And those kids, they don't get the reps at these things like they
Yeah.
used to. I don't want to, well, the kids these days, but generationally, they don't practice things like they used to
Right.
quite the same way. I know that they have different skills that are developed in different ways. It's not that they're dumber, it's just different.
Yep.
It's just a different.
And
You
I
got to
don't-
get some of
World.
these old
Yeah.
school stuff back
I
in.
don't know that they get enough reps at being okay with not being good at something.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
then working at something and getting better. But just the gratification of that.
Yeah.
If you care enough about something. The guitar class is one of my favorites to teach because you go from not any guitar
Yeah,
to by the end, I make them sing too.
Ooh.
of course.
So by the end of the year, 10 songs they've chosen that they can play and sing.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's an album. It's a campfire night.
Yeah.
Like what else would you want to be doing
That's
it
impressive. I took a guitar class in college, and I
That is
might
true.
be able to bang out part of a Beatles song, but that's about it.
That
I would
counts.
want to have 10 songs in my repertoire.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull out a guitar. I don't want to just do one and done.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
You want to get up there and go, this one's for the ladies.
Yeah.
And
This
I'll play
is a
this
couples
again.
only. Yeah.
Play this
But
one
this
again.
time it's for you. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So bad.
That's great though.
It's kind of the best.
Yeah.
It's the best to actually come see. There's nothing, and then there's something,
Yeah.
and just to watch that version of kids light up because it's not.
That's
There's no
rewarding for them
it's
too, in a totally different way from
for me
homework.
keeps me wanting to teach.
Yeah.
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 because that gets harder. But
Yeah.
yeah, you just watch somebody. All these different demographics come in. Here you go.
Yeah.
And if you put the time in, and I'm not a big fan of homework. Like let's
Yeah.
just do it here. Let's do it now.
Yep.
And they
You can
Get
do
it.
stuff on your own time, but
I'm not going to give names, but there were 2 young women this year that were so good out of just nowhere. Like
How
they had
cool.
with no drama. They just showed up and I think I'm trying to get this girl to start writing music. I'm like, where's the EP?
right.
Yeah.
Because it would be really good.
Cool.
So you would know. What is the
Uh-oh.
difference between an EP and an LP?
EP is, they call it extended play. LP is long play. So extended play means shorter, which is weird. But those are
Extended play is the shorter one?
instead of a single, goes single,
Yeah. But
which
still.
might have 1 or 2 songs. Should be
Okay.
1, or a B-side. Extended is going to have 4 or 5, maybe
Okay.
8. LP is going to have,
10 plus.
yes.
Okay.
As a general rule. I'm sure there's some nerd out there that's going to call into your show and say, that Corda don't know nothing.
We'll be
I
happy
hope
to
so.
take
Then
your
we'll know
comments.
you're listening. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Do you get a lot of... Do you have the show where you could just answer comments or?
I pitched an idea to Shannon based on another podcast I'm listening to.
Which one?
Tony and Ryan podcast.
Oh, I don't know that one. Okay.
It's out of Australia. That's a whole
That's a whole other story.
Okay.
deep, long conversation.
A
For
soft maker.
soft mic. Yeah.
Likely on my bid to eventually become an Australian citizen and live in Australia. We'll see
Does
what happens.
Robert know
I
about
like
this?
it. I like it.
I don't think I'm not going to share that dream with him yet.
That's fair.
He's not ready for it.
Yeah.
Does he listen to the show?
No, he does not.
Yeah.
Well, let's make
You could
sure
learn-
he doesn't.
He could learn all kinds of things if he did, but yeah.
So there's some elements that I've picked up with that from them. I'm like, that's a neat idea, so we should try it. But we do encourage people to call in 406-761-4436. It's not going to be
Not live, but we'll respond
but we can
to
get
you
your
on the
comments,
podcast.
and
Yeah.
then
You could respond live.
Yeah.
I will tell you when we say things. We sometimes tell Carol what we say because
Yeah.
it'll impact
Carol,
her.
our guest services
Yeah.
manager. Yeah.
So she had two ladies show up and ask for baseball tickets.
Yeah, because they
She's
heard
like-
us talk about it on here.
We listened to a podcast episode and they said we could come up here and get baseball tickets. And Carol's like, sure. Do you want them for tonight or anytime?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've done giveaways where it's like you have
Yeah.
to listen to the podcast to do that.
I got a great story for you.
Perfect.
I
Go.
know we're going long.
Oh, you're good.
You're fine.
Good. Okay, so
You're the one with the busy agenda.
Yeah, you got to go be
I'm
on
just
set.
going home to gin.
who is this gin person? Where do we say? I was playing at the SIP, and a gentleman came in and sat there all night, and he said, "Hey, I heard about you through this podcast."
Really?
They hadn't moved yet, so he was listening
Oh,
pre-move to learn about.
That
Great Falls.
is
Right.
wonderful.
Even better, he bought these tickets for a concert at the Newberry, and then he couldn't use them, and he gave them to me because he thought,
Oh,
so this is just
Nice.
paying off for me. This is
Yeah.
paying off dividends.
No kidding.
So I need to be. And listen, I'm laying this down now. I'm the most. I've been on the most.
yep. You are the top
I mean,
guest right now.
180 sometimes.
I need to be
technically.
by like 5. I need to be like 5 ahead of people, so
Okay.
that if something tragically happens to me,
You
You'll
still need to go
have
down
the
in head.
record.
yeah, I need. The
I mean,
record.
again, to
I
be
need it.
fair, you've been on more
Every
than
one of
I
them.
have. Yeah. You're on 188 episodes.
That's true.
And you've been a guest on, this will be 4, I do believe.
I guess
But that
maybe.
just
But again,
doesn't
it's
seem,
been a long time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's been a long
seem
time.
like that's right.
I don't think
who's
that's right.
behind me? Is it a Jennings? I'm assuming a Jennings has been.
No.
no.
Right?
No.
I mean, they've
Behind
been on,
you,
but not.
Dwayne Bushai, Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center.
Oh, I don't like that one damn bit.
You
Always
need to
horning it in with that history.
I know. But Dwayne is phenomenal.
I
He
bet
is
I
very
bet
good
he's
on
great.
there.
Just all we have to do is hey, come talk about something about Lewis and Clark, and he shows up, and the stories are just like you get in-depth knowledge about all the things that happened, and you're like,
So he's in the right place.
oh,
Yeah.
That's
100%.
All right, I'll take it.
Some of the.
Okay.
I'll take it. But I don't. He
But he's
can't,
behind you.
he can't
Yeah, he's still
surpass. But
behind
it sounds
you.
like we're pretty jazzed up about him. So
Yeah, I do like his
I got to
stories.
take him down a couple.
You need to come
Well,
with better stories, Joel.
Yeah. Well, and it's been like Dwayne's been on a couple times since I've been here. So but that means it's been. But you
So it's
had it
Shannon.
first, and then Dwayne, and so now it's your reign again for a while.
No, but not in your personal history. So now I have.
Yeah.
Listen, we wouldn't be good at what we did if we weren't weirdly obsessive about the small things.
Yeah, that's true.
This isn't small though. This is the number one podcast.
This is the number
Yeah.
one
Canada.
podcast, so
It's kind
be
of a big
careful
deal.
what you're calling small.
No,
over
no, no,
there.
no, no. I'm saying it's a small man part of me that needs to be addressed.
That, yeah.
That I need to do more.
Well, you
Yeah.
come up with the topics, and
So
we'll have you
No
on.
problem.
from this point forward, you're going to start writing stories down about the people you interact with at
Yes.
the music bar.
Will that, in fact, get me fired, Sandy? Sandy, are you listening? Sandy?
We'll confirm with
We
Sandy.
need to talk to Sandy. Sandy should probably be the one telling some stories, too.
Well, she also redacts quite a bit.
As in, she wants stuff cut out.
Well, she doesn't let loose with all the weirdness that
She can't.
right.
Yeah,
She can't in
that's
Romanian
fair.
business.
Yeah,
I just, from the very little that I know,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah.
There's some stuff that happens that you just...
Yeah, there's a hotel and a restaurant and
Yeah.
There's elements of fun that happens everywhere that, and we've shared this. Sandy makes every mermaid tale herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So just the stories of interviewing mermaids, that's a book.
And luckily she puts those on Facebook a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's a
Redacts
fun little
names.
glimpse.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
She's not out to embarrass people,
No.
but
Right.
she
But
would like
still.
to share some of the pain.
Yeah.
It's
well,
fun.
and it's interesting. I mean, people like reading police blotters. It's kind of a similar concept.
I love the small town ones where they get real
Overlap.
sassy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Got another call about a dog.
Yeah.
Yep, people have dogs. Deal with it.
Yep.
Dogs bark.
It is kind of funny. So in the mornings on 560, they still have police and fire reports that they do, which just coming from the world of media is amazing that these small towns are willing to do that because usually they were always scared when I called them.
Yes.
So anyway,
Yes.
but they call it, and it's so funny. There's one especially, and I don't remember where he's from. I think it's Ponderay County or something. But
Yes.
oh my gosh, every day it's something about a cat or an animal or a dog or some
Some
very
grizzlies
small
out
town
on the plains
feel report, and I love it. It makes me laugh. I love it. Like it's just such a reflection of like a rural community of like.
Good
and then
moments.
it's like, and it's somebody like, if you lost your white cat, call Sandy or, whoever. And it's like, that's part of the like police report from them.
Hey, it's
like,
the white cat lady.
right.
Yeah. Well, I was talking, we have a sales rep that comes down from the Havre radio station. We were talking because Havre radio station still does Tradio. And so you call in, you're like, I've got 4 used tires free just sitting in front of the garage. Stop by and pick them up at this address.
That's kind of awesome.
And I'm
love
like,
that.
those are the moments. And I don't need anything that's on Tradio. I don't.
No.
But I'll
to
tune
hear-
in when I'm in that market. I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, Tradio.
Yes.
It soothes you.
I get so excited.
You could go to sleep to it if you
Yeah.
just created the loop.
So we were up camping, and that was the only signal we had. And my husband's like, hey, do you think Tradio's on? Turns it to the radio. And
Sure enough.
yeah, we
Oh
hit
my
timing
gosh.
just perfectly. That
Pay dirt.
What
Tradio.
time is it on?
I think it's like at 11.
Okay.
And it goes from 11 to 11:15.
Okay.
And you just call in.
That's
you call?
exciting.
Did you try to give some stuff away?
Yeah. Her husband.
I would love to.
I got this husband here that
Yeah.
doesn't listen to any of the words I say on air.
Yeah.
Poor
Well,
guy.
I'll
I'm
trade
part of
you.
Montana's #1 podcast. My husband doesn't listen to it, so
Yeah.
I'd like
Looking
to
for
get rid of
somebody
him.
who will.
He would be referred to as an introvert, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, back to that performance thing. He gets concerned that someone's going to screw up or get made fun of or fail, and
I
I'm like,
have suspicions about which Enneagram he is.
okay.
Just looping it back to that.
And there, folks, we've come
Callback.
full circle.
There we go. You guys are fun. This is a good team. This is a good team. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a pretty good time, and you've got work to do tonight.
Yes,
Yep.
you do.
And then
Big night.
Run Act 2.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow we sit with the first time with the orchestra. They get to sing it through.
So
Orchestra's been
exciting.
working on their own.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all these pieces coming together.
Meshing it together. So you'll need to get your tickets now. You
Yes.
can
And we'll put a link in the show notes of podcast.
show notes.
Thank you.
If you want to go immediately to visit greatfallsmontana.org, you'll find the event. You have links to the website that you need all the details from.
Mm-hmm.
Joel, thanks for being the top guest.
Thank you. Thanks for
As
The
having me.
biggest
Uh,
contributor to our podcast
Yes,
success.
that's right. That's right.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Just real quick. So when can people catch you at the Sip and Dip? We talked a little about the insider
Yes.
tricks, but when
Every
can people
Friday,
see you?
Saturday, 7 to 10.
Okay.
If you come at 10:05,
Too late.
but we just got here. I know.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, right. 7 to 10, Friday and Saturday. All right.
Although my bouncer does like to hold up my tip jar and go, I know you can be bought. What do you got?
That's true. How big of a bill are you willing to drop in here?
Exactly.
Yep.
And I have done that. How big of a check do I have to write
Oh, yeah.
for you to stay another 20 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big one.
Big one. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Thank
You just keep dropping hundos in there until I tell you to stop, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Keep it coming. Feel a little. I just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's horrible.
Thank you for your time. Come see The Music Man, directed by Joel Corda and
The
Ellie Jo
Music Man
Sheets.
and the Music
Yes.
Man
Thank you.
himself.
Yep,
Oh.
a
Yeah.
lot of connections there.
Yeah.
See what you did.
So, folks, make your plans now to come to Great Falls. And until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, beautiful face in our fine, fine city, we hope you are creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you might be. See you soon.
We Are No Damn Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.